I'm going to go back over here and get back into the discoveries in health and go back over to the common conditions and see what's going on over there in common conditions. Let's take a look at another report. We talked about make lifestyle changes. We talked about also autoimmune diseases. Is there any particular thing that anybody would like me to address? Would they like me to talk about abscesses, acne, adrenal fatigue, alcoholism, allergies, alopecia, anemia, anxiety, arthritis, asthma, autism? Sister Kshakia is going to talk about autism next week. And so we will detail more information about autism when she shares her presentation next week about autism. But today, if you have a question, or if you'd like me to talk about any topic, maybe it's Bell's palsy, bone spurs, breast or all cancer, bronchitis, candida. If there's any question that you would like me to or topic, please ask that question now, or let me know what topic you would like me to address. No questions and no topics are being asked about at the moment. And interesting here, I'm looking at trying to get my side panel going, and it doesn't want to. That's interesting. You're already, what is this? You're already in.
Dr. Truman, is the phone unmuted for them to hear you?
I'm sorry, say again.
I was saying, is the phones unmuted for them to hear you? Because some of the people be trying to say something to you, but then some of their lines are muted.
I'm looking at the Uber conference, and I see all lines are unmuted.
Okay, I was just double checking.
Good. Well, I need you to double check. I get in a lot of trouble here trying to do all this sometimes. So thank you. Thank you, sis. Okay. So anyway, the lines are unmuted at this moment, and we want to hear from you. So if you have an idea, well, what you'd want to hear about this or that, please let me know what that might be. And because we've got another 15 minutes, and if you don't give me a topic, I'm going to grab one here and talk a little bit about it. And so, one of the things that comes up all the time is Candida albicans, and so I'm going to go ahead and if you don't have a comment or a question or a testimony, I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about Candida albicans. Candida albicans, that's a tiny single-celled organism. It's a bacteria. Candida albicans can cause some big problems. It's a fungus, really. It's a fungus that exists normally and harmlessly in the eyes, in the mouth, in the intestines, and even in the genitals are Candida. And unless an overgrowth occurs, toppling the body's normal balance of microorganisms, the resultant infections, which can include oral thrush, diaper rash, and vaginal yeast infections, well, it can be uncomfortable and unpleasant. Alarmingly, Candida infections, medically known as candidiasis, are becoming increasingly resistant to conventional drugs. And the reason why is because drugs, the chemical drugs, will destroy 95% of a fungus, a bacteria, a virus. Then the other 5% gets stronger than ever, and that's how the insanity that the chemical drug manufacturers have created. They have created these super bacterias, super funguses because they have created drug-resistant infections and bacterias and viruses and funguses. They're drug-resistant, and it's because they caused it. Because they only were able to kill part of them and make the other parts stronger that survived. And now they have nothing to fight them off. So now you have these drug-resistant funguses and bacteria and candida. And if the candida fungus makes its way into the bloodstream, a rare but life-threatening condition known as invasive candidiasis, and the outcome can be fatal. I bet you didn't even think, that a Candida albicans, a yeast infection, can become fatal, but it can. It can get into the bloodstream. So what causes Candida? Anything that disturbs the normal balance of microorganisms can put you at risk for Candida. A Candida overgrowth. It goes out of balance. It lives in balance, but it could go out of balance. So what we're talking about then is the use of antibiotics and steroids, emotional stress, and environmental factors are common causes of being and things like and being overweight. Also increases susceptibility to Candida. But the primary cause of Candida seems to be a weakened immune system. It's an autoimmune disease. And experts estimate that 90% of all people with HIV, AIDS, will develop Candida type infections. Now, also, colloidal silver water and CVF be gone and Ant B are powerful natural antibiotic combo that can knock it out. And there's links to it. The colloidal silver water, well, that's number 235. You'll find out more about that when you go to look at the report on Herbal Health Review about colloidal silver water. And then the CVF be gone. That's Charlie Victor Frank. CVF be gone. That is a absolutely anti-plague herbal liquid tincture extract that just is powerful against Candida, against all kinds of plagues. And then the Ant B is a natural antibiotic. It's a powerful antibiotic with echinacea, golden seal, pokeroot, and cayenne. And that formula is number 1018, number 1018. And all of these are powerful against Candida albicans. Now, whether you are battling a full-blown Candida overgrowth or simply want to prevent future infections from occurring, herbs are a powerful tool for naturally keeping the Candida in balance and at bay. Here's a list of 10 highly effective herbal remedies for Candida. There's the probiotic powder, acidophilus powder, number 24675. That can't be right. I like the number 4670. No, I like number 4675. The two shouldn't belong in there. I'm going to have to fix that. Anyway, 4675. 4675 is the acidophilus powder. I take a half a teaspoon every morning just to ensure that I have a strong, friendly bacterial system and that Candida cannot even get a hold of it if it wanted to. But the good bacteria that helps to destroy and restore digestive balance by targeting both the GI tract and it supports the immune system. That's the acidophilus powder, number 4675. And then there's Gymnema sylvestre. That herb is from India. Gymnema sylvestre, number 3454. That is an herb that currently generating the most excitement among people, because the Gymnema sylvestre is a tropical vine known as cow plant. In an animal study published in 2013 in the medical journal PLOS 1, Gymnema sylvestre not only was effective against candida, but stopped the transition to the hyphal form by converting the fungus back into simple yeast cells, thereby demonstrating that it could prevent and even reverse invasive candidiasis. Now, another plus for Gymnema, it was effective against Aspergillus, another potentially dangerous fungal pathogen, while remaining completely non-toxic to human cells. And it blocks sugar from being absorbed in the body and is a great herb against diabetes. Gymnema sylvestre. Then there's oregano oil. The phenols in oregano oil are highly concentrated and extremely effective in fighting bacterial infections and fungal infections and candida overgrowth. Wild organic oregano oil is known to be especially effective in fighting conditions like candida, and that is number 6055. And when you go over to betterhealthherbs.com, that's betterhealthherbs.com, and you type in up in the search engine 6055, well, that's when that will come up. Oregano oil will come up. If you type in the search engine on betterhealthherbs.com the number 3454, then the Gymnema sylvestre will come up on the website. So and then there's olive leaf extract. The oleoropine in olive leaf extract is used by the body to fight fungal infections caused by candida overgrowth. A high-potency standardized olive leaf extract can obliterate candida quite effectively. And as a matter of fact, it's olive leaf extract. Olive leaf is in our super green foods. It's one of the herbs we put in the super green foods to fight off infections and fungal infections and strengthen the body. So olive leaf extract is a very powerful oleoropine. Now then there's pau de arco bark, which we have in Daily Health Tea. We have a tea, and we spice it up with cinnamon and raspberry and orange, and we call it Daily Health Tea Spice. But we also make it just in the plain flavor, Daily Health Tea plain, so you can get it either spiced or plain. But the pau de arco from South America, it's another popular anti-candida herb. Pau de arco is often brewed into a tea. Drinking 1 cup per day is an easy way to harness its antifungal properties. Oh boy, now let's not leave out garlic. Garlic is a powerful antibacterial and antifungal agent. So let's get plenty of garlic in your diet. Fresh garlic is great, but also, and cooked garlic is for flavor. Fresh garlic is for medicine. And I need a drink. Now, garlic is antibacterial, antifungal. Candida cannot survive when garlic is present. So consistency is the key. Whether you're taking odorless garlic pills or you're taking fresh garlic, the odorless garlic pills is number 2261 over there on betterhealthherbs.com. And if you wanted to call the people at betterhealthherbs.com and chat with them about any of these products, you can call them. The telephone number is 541-791-8400. That's 541-791-8400. For any of these products that we're talking about, they are the not-for-profit manufacturer of all the remedies, and I don't have any stake in it whatsoever. I turned it all over to them. They made they keep it a not-for-profit. They're not making any money, and the prices are very low. Everyone is an automatic member. They are a wonderful group of people. Happens to be my granddaughter who's doing all of this. Bless her heart. So support betterhealthherbs.com. Purchase any of your natural remedies and supplements from betterhealthherbs.com. 541-791-8400. All right, here's another one, echinacea. Although echinacea for Candida is best known for stopping a cold in its tracks, echinacea is an herb, also provides anti-Candida benefits. It supports your immune system in the fight against Candida as well as other infections. Echinacea is number 3341, number 3341 herbal tincture extract. You can get it in capsules. You can get these in alcohol or non-alcohol. They make these in all kinds of different forms. So any of these products that we're talking about, you can get it in alcohol, you can get it non-alcohol, you can get it as a capsule, you can get it as an herbal tea. Just ask them for whatever form you want it. Now, black walnut is a natural herb which contains tannins. These tannins not only kill fungal overgrowth like Candida, but also kill parasites. It may be especially useful for those who suffer from both Candida overgrowth and a parasitical infection. And finally, organic unrefined coconut oil. Oh, that black walnut, by the way, that's number 3097. Last one on my list against Candida is organic unrefined coconut oil. Also not an herb, but coconut oil is anti-Candida properties are too powerful to ignore. The medium chain fatty acids that make coconut oil such a great energy source are also what fuel its ability to fight Candida. Fatty acids like caprylic acid and lauric acid are potent antifungal agents. They work up to taking 3 tablespoons of coconut oil per day to harness its Candida power. It takes 3 tablespoons of coconut oil per day to knock out Candida. Now, avoid jumping into any Candida regimen too quickly. Killing off Candida too fast can produce a die-off reaction that includes symptoms like foggy thinking, headaches, and chills. For some, this can be quite uncomfortable. If you notice these symptoms, cut back on your dose and start again more slowly when symptoms subside. But there it is. We talked about and detailed the information about Candida albicans. Now, my telephone number here is 503-362-5899. I take telephone calls. I answer questions over the telephone. I actually call you back. People are always surprised. Wow, you called me back. And I do. Anybody who calls me, my telephone automatically keeps your telephone number in my CID. So when you call, if I happen to be doing something else and I don't grab the phone real quick, then I probably call you back in a few minutes or an hour, or when I get in the clear, I call you back and I answer your questions and I spend time with you. I don't just spend 5 minutes on the phone with you. I may spend an hour. A person that I talked with, I spent an hour and 20 minutes with Letitia and answered all of her questions and detailed it. And I showed her where the information was. So it's one thing to feed somebody a fish. It's another thing to teach them where the fish are and how to fish. And that's what I'm doing here. And that's why you need to go to 2 different websites. herbalhealthreview.com. herbalhealthreview.com is all the information and 100 videos. And then there's betterhealthherbs.com. That's all the products. And on the herbalhealthreview.com, when you click on any of those products that are mentioned in all the different reports, when you click on that product, it takes you over to betterhealthherbs.com. So a lot of information, real easy access to the information, all the videos, all the common condition reports, and all these broadcasts and so forth. It's all available to you. And again, my telephone number, 503-362-5899. Call me up and let's talk about natural remedies. And my email address is Truman, Truman, at healthherbs.com. Truman at healthherbs.com. We have come to the top of the hour. Yes, go ahead.
Excuse me, Dr. Truman.
Yes.
There's a question, Atara.
Yes, Atara.
Hello, Dr. Burris. I have I think it's more for just spiritual guidance. The baby is breached, and he didn't do the version because he said she was stuck. And then when I went back a week later, he's like, "Oh, she's not stuck, but you know, it's too difficult to do the version, so we're going to schedule you for a C-section." My due date is November 22nd. He wants me to schedule a C-section for the 15th. And it was odd to me because I'm like, why are you scheduling a C-section before I go into labor? Or at least before the due date. And so I called up a midwife that I know, and she's like, he don't determine, this sounds like he wants to go on vacation for Thanksgiving, and he's just looking to book you. So she's basically saying, like, don't let them scare you into C-section. As long as the baby is fine and you're fine, there's no reason for them to do a C-section prior to you going into labor. So in the event that I do have to get a C-section, which will be after my due date, I'm not going to let them scare me, but I just see how wicked this system is. I wanted to know, like, what can I do to recover? Because I had my first C-section. I had a C-section before with my first daughter, and it took forever to recover from that. So I just want to make sure, like, is there any herbs or remedies that I can take to heal faster? Because it took like 3 months to heal from the C-section.
Yes. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at, even though we're going overtime here, we're going to go overtime and answer your question. And so we're going back to the herbalhealthreview.com. And when we get to the herbalhealthreview.com, we've clicked on common conditions. Then we're going to go down to pregnancy, and we're going to look at the pregnancy report. And so here we are now looking at the pregnancy report, and it's coming up on our screen, and you'll be able to view that when you look at the video that will be under herbalhealthreview.com under Discoveries in Health at the bottom of the page, this video will be there, and it talks about infertility support. It talks about chase tree berry. It talks about a formula for motion and morning sickness. It talks about red raspberry leaf, which is an excellent source of calcium and magnesium and iron. And so getting a formula that has red raspberry leaf in it, because it also strengthens the uterus and is safe to use from preconception to post-birth. So you want to keep using that red raspberry leaf. And it can also help with leg cramps during pregnancy. It can also help with morning sickness during early pregnancy. So red raspberry leaf is going to be one of the herbs you want to get in your diet and keep in your diet. Also, nettles is high in calcium and iron content. Nettles are extremely nourishing to the reproductive and adrenal systems. They also contain folic acid, which is an important nutrient when trying to conceive, as it can help prevent birth defects and aids in the implantation and cell division. So there's 2 herbs that are that you want to keep using. Oat straw is a third herb. Oat straw. Let's see. Red raspberry leaf is number 3743. That's 3743 is the number for red raspberry leaf. Nettles. That number is 3636 over there at betterhealthherbs.com. And then the oat straw is number 3644. Oat straw is a mild nervine and a nourishing tonic. It is a mild aphrodisiac, oat straw, and also a wonderful hormone balancer. Oat straw, you can use cut and sifted oat straw in teas, and also add oatmeal daily to your diet. And then there's Damiana, which is an aphrodisiac, and it helps promote fertility in men and women. And it can help balance the irregular menstrual cycles, and it helps nourish the reproductive system. And it can be used in a tea or a tincture. Damiana, number 3315. It can be used as a tea, a tincture, or mix it with equal parts of lemon balm in a tea ball for a delicious tea. That's Damiana. Maca, M-A-C-A, is a root native to Peru. Maca is taken dried or in capsule form and is useful for both men and women. It helps increase sperm count and is great for boosting the libido. Maca, M-A-C-A, is it's number 3561. 3561. It's great for boosting the sperm count, and it's great for boosting the libido, and it's useful for those suffering from PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and endometriosis. Maca. It can help regulate the reproductive hormones and improves the health of the female egg. Now, there's another one that you want to keep taking. It's called alfalfa. Alfalfa is another great tonic herb. It helps nourish the reproductive organs in both men and women. It is vitamin rich and will keep you healthy. Alfalfa, number 3010. That's why we add that into the super green foods that, the chlorella, spirulina, barley grass, wheatgrass, alfalfa, and it's all there in the super green food powder. Getting plenty of that is going to be wonderful. Red clover blossoms, they're an all-purpose fertility booster. Red clover. It's also a blood purifier. It's also a muscle relaxant. Red clover blossoms. That herb takes a while to build up in the system, though it is best to start taking a few months before trying to conceive. Red clover is rich in vitamins and helps to regulate the reproductive system. Red clover blossoms is helpful for those with sporadic periods. It is a general fertility tonic, and is best used in infusion as a tea. A great recipe is to use it with a pinch of peppermint in a tea ball. The father to be will also benefit from drinking red clover tea as well. Do not take red clover if you are due to have surgery or have clotting disorders. You don't take red clover. So if you're going to have surgery, do not take red clover because it's working on the bloodstream and it may thin it out and cause excessive bleeding. So now, false unicorn has also been used by a Native American for healing for centuries. For centuries, false unicorn to promote fertility. False unicorn helps with the male impotence, as well as promoting a healthy menstrual cycle, as well as recurrent miscarriages. And then there's saw palmetto, which is a great fertility herb for men. It helps nourish the reproductive system and promote fertility. It can also be used by women for regulating your cycle. It can be taken in capsule form. That's saw palmetto. And here's a couple of other ones. There's a miscarriage formula. That false unicorn, by the way, that's false unicorn is number 3376. 3376 is false unicorn. Saw palmetto is number 3794. Number 3794 is saw palmetto. The miscarriage formula to prevent provides the necessary nutrients for women going through miscarriage, supports proper uterine function. That's a miscarriage formula. Number 1312 is nice to know about. There is a daily pregnancy tonic tea that you should take all during pregnancy. Number 4230, that 5 weeks before birth, you want to use a formula called number 1093 because it will help to prepare the female body for an easier labor. And then finally, if there are labor pains, to reduce the labor pains, well, that 5-week formula, by the way, is number 5-week formula. No, it's number 1093. And to reduce labor pains, to help reduce labor pains and cramps related to pregnancy, that's formula 1366. But those are some herbs that are going to be useful. So did that answer your question, my friend?
Yes, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm already taking the tea tonic and the 5-week birthing. Right now I'm taking the bladder, kidney, the acidophilus, the 5-week birthing tonic, and the tea. I'm drinking the tea.
I would say that you're doing great. You know, if you're taking the super green foods, that's going to be very nourishing, and it's going to give you stamina and endurance and power. So that super green foods is another really good thing to know about. And if I'm going to go over here and go to the common condition reports and just make it easy for people to find out what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about super green foods, I'm going to click on make lifestyle changes, and I'm going to give you the stock number that when you go over to betterhealthherbs.com, or if you call them at 541-791-8400, then you'll be able to know that the super green foods is number 4845. That will give you stamina, endurance, and power that nothing else would give you as much power and stamina and endurance as the Truman's Super Green Foods. It has alfalfa in it, which is one of the herbs we just mentioned even in the pregnancy report. But the Super Green Foods, number 4845, that's something that you want plenty of, at least a teaspoon to a tablespoon every day of Super Green Foods. That's going to really give you a lot of power. Okay?
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Birth. I really appreciate it. I'm definitely going to check out the super green foods because after I give birth, I'm going on a super crazy diet.
Okay. All right. All praises to the Most High. Thank you for joining us here. Be sure and call me 503-362-5899 and email me Truman at healthherbs.com. Truman is Truman. Truman at healthherbs.com. Email me, call me, and be blessed. And please come back and join us again next week from 3 to 5 Pacific Standard Time here on Discoveries in Health. And until then, stay blessed. All praises to the Most High in the name of Yeshua. Amen.